Let's talk about the Jesus Christ of NFL coverage. Peter King, he gave out his power rankings.
Is that what he's known as?
Yeah. He's just been here since the beginning. You go BPK in post BPK. Peter King's been covering the NFL for 55 years, I think. Just kind of picking up on the road. He was with John Madden on the Cruiser way back in the day. Like, took a trip across the country. Yeah. He's written for, what, Sports Illustrated, NBC. He sold his blog like 4 or 5 different times. He's almost like the czar of football coverage. I was supposed to have a meeting with Matt Rule here in town when the Carolina Panthers were practicing with the Indianapolis Colts. And all of a sudden, boom, no, Matt Rule's got to meet with Peter King. Sorry about it. I'm like, all right.
Fair enough.
Peter King will be in Carolina. How often are you in Indy? It doesn't matter. It's fucking Peter King. That's almost how it's been viewed around the NFL world, is this guy knows everything. This guy knows everybody. His Football Morning in America thing always adds great insight and detail into shit that we have questions about. A lot of Deshaun Watson information in his this week's one. A lot of other information. And his power rankings.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Peter King's power rankings have come out. His top 12 teams. The Bills at 1. Chargers at 2.
Wow.
Kansas City Chiefs at 3. AFC West representing well. 4. The Los Angeles Rams. The Green Bay Packers at 5. The Bucks at 6. The Bengals at 7. Ravens at 8. Eagles at 9. San Francisco at 10. Saints at 11. Titans, the former number 1 seed of the AFC without A.J. Brown, 12th out of 12 thus far in Peter's power rankings. AJ, your thoughts on this?
Well, I guess the first team that pops out at me is the Saints at 11. I'm a little bit surprised the Saints are in there in the top 12 just because I don't think we really know what the Saints are right now without Drew Brees, without Sean Payton. Yeah, Jameis is the guy, right? So, I mean, the Saints could be awesome. I just don't know.
Eagles at 9, also fascinating. Yeah. I mean, who knows what the Eagles
are? Is there a place where Peter describes a little bit why he put the teams where he put them?
I think there's points. There's a point system that he goes through, and this is how his top 12 ended. Let's go through 13 through 32. No sign of the Colts yet. 13 Raiders, then the Broncos at 14. The Dallas Cowboys 15. Miami Dolphins ranked 1 ahead of the New England Patriots at 17, then the Browns at 18, the Vikings at 19, the Detroit Lions at 20, and the Indianapolis Colts with 8 fucking Pro Bowlers last year, with a Navy SEAL and an astronaut, now a quarterback at Matt Ryan, 21 overall. Hard to take this list serious, Peter.
Very hard.
Fucking hard. Got a Hard Knocks team.
Yeah.
Training camp Hard Knocks team. Ranked 1 ahead of the Indianapolis Colts. MCDC won 2 games last year. Yeah. No offense, MCDC. Love him. The fucking Colts at 21. What is Peter King's fucking problem with the Indianapolis Colts?
That one's tough. I'm not even going to lie to you right now as a Lions fan. That one is tough, but he must think just like I am. 10-7 playoff win. Let's go, Peter. I love it.
The fucking Colts.
He knows something we don't know, Pat.
I guess. Cardinals.
Also, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. Okay, never mind. Finish. But the Jags placement is a bit surprising for me as well.
Well, Cards at 22. Steelers 23. 24, I believe that's the Giants. Yep. 25, the Seahawks. Then the Washington Commanders at 26. The Jets. Then the Bears.
Yikes.
Jags, Falcons, Panthers, Texans round up the bottom 5. I mean, this is heartbreaking, dude.
That's tough.
This is heartbreaking. Got the Colts 21. What's this fucking guy know?
This guy.
Pete's a smart guy. Pete knows what he's doing.
Not.
Steelers 23. I mean,
guy watches the game on an 8-inch screen, okay?
Yeah, but he's been doing it forever, so it's kind of his thing.
Wait, does he say that?
Yeah.
Here is Peter's explanation on how and why he does his rankings. Before you start perusing my 2022 NFL Power Rankings, my annual rating of the teams 1, 2, 32 after free agency and trades in the draft, a bit of a warning, I'm not great at this. We know. I just saw that. Okay. Sorry, I did not read. He's 100% right, though. Yep. Great self-awareness out of the czar here. Thank you,
Peter.
Now, that's a great sales tool to get people to read this column, but I want to be honest, as we get into this, I was pretty good in 2019, picking the Niners coming off a 6-10 season, and only 17 in the rankings. They won the NFC. I was pretty good in 2020, picking the Bucks 5th, picking the Bucks.
I mean, everyone's
coming off a 7-9 season. Is that when Tom Brady got there? And
That
Gronk
was
and
Jameis's 30 for 30 year.
all right, pat on the
Good
back.
job, Peter.
I guess. Last year, not so good. The highlights, I had the Rams 6th and the Bengals 27th, and you know where they landed. I had Green Bay 8th and Tennessee 18th. Browns 4th, Colts 9th, Cowboys, Eagles, first 2 out of blah, blah, blah. So I'm out to avenge my C minus last year. Okay. The whole idea is to try to pick 3 or 5 risers and a couple of fallers with the understanding that virtually every year there are 3 or 4 teams that surprise people. I only have one stunner this year, but a few things should raise ire. Is that the Lions at 20 above the Colts? Is that the one surprise that he's
Gotta
talking about?
be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Sounds like he's mad the Colts burned him last year.
Well, they burned us all, Pete, but that's why we got fucking Matt Ryan here. Bills at the top of the thing. I think that's where everybody has the Bills. Sure. And that's because they have everything you could possibly need. Stud wide receiver and stud quarterback, both paid long-term. A defense that has only gotten stronger somehow, and a culture that's already been set. And maybe a little bit of an axe to grind with how the season ended last year.
Yeah, definitely. Right. And they drafted Dalvin Cook's brother, so they kind of have that running back piece they didn't have before.
Which is massive. If he's anything like Dalvin is, and he understands the game in the NFL level, that'll be fantastic. The Chargers at 2 is fascinating because I'm assuming there's some Chargers fans that feel this way. I don't think this is the normal conversation with the Chargers being number 2 overall squad. I think he's predicting for the end of the season here, though, AJ.
Yeah, I would imagine he's predicting for what may happen. But if you go to the Eagles at 9, isn't that a bit surprising, sneaking them in the top 10? Like, Jalen Hurts is a stud, but aren't they still questioning? Like, Jalen kind of has to prove that he's the guy moving forward after this year, doesn't he?
Jalen and the Saints are certainly the big question here from the first page.
So he's banking on them being the risers, and then the fallers being like the Falcons down there at 30, I believe.
The
or whatever.
Colts,
yeah.
Cardinals,
Man.
Steelers.
I mean, that's
Bears.
Well,
Unfortunately.
Even the Cowboys being at 15, I feel like is a little faller. Like everyone, I would assume they think they should be in the top 10.
Russell Wilson and that Broncos at 14. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that
well, they
division-
got them coming in last in that division? No.
That's what Peter says.
Raiders.
'Cause that's the 4th
Raiders
top.
Raiders
are
are there.
13.
Yeah.
I'd imagine a lot of people have the Browns higher than 18.
You think the Jags will be better than the Falcons?
Marcus Mariota.
No Calvin Ridley.
Bears 2.0.
Who?
Falcons. Ryan Pace went over there and took all the old Bears players.
Ryan Pace is at the Falcons?
Yeah.
What is he, GM or just?
I think assistant GM or some shit, but
Hell yeah.
You don't like him?
I'm on him.
How come? Because he's not with the Bears anymore?
Yeah, basically.
And they stunk?
He picked a good defense. I give him that.
A great defense.
He's a
Not
senior
Khalil Mack.
personnel executive.
What's that mean?
No.
Is that like Matt Patricia's role before he became the
Maybe.
offensive line
Oh,
coach?
yeah.
Anyways, Peter, great rankings. We appreciate it. We're hoping
That boy Pete.
Let's get to a break. That was fucking heartbreaking. Behind
You're the one that
Lions.
said he's the football czar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got us behind the fucking Lions.
The Lions have an easy schedule if you look at it.
Okay, you're the
Playing
Lions.
the NFL, right?
People see you on the schedule and say, we have an easy schedule.
Hey.
There's no such thing as an easy schedule.
You don't have to remind me, all right? I'm just saying, easy schedule, young team, MCDC's 3rd year. If he's not good this year, we'll see.
Whoa.
Foxy.
Calling for his head.
No.
Yeah, what are you doing, Foxy?
Frank Reich has kind of come out and said, like, he knows this year.
As it
It's
should.
his 2nd year. I said 3rd.
Fucking
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls this decade. He hasn't had one yet.
Well,
Better hurry the fuck up.
Frank Reich has led a team that Jim Irsay has invested a lot of money into
Yeah.
In the city.
to be ranked 21 by fucking Nazar Peter King.
Frank
Below
Reich
the
let
lines.
Aston Villa fucking beat him in Week 18 last year.
Peter
Okay?
King will come back to Indianapolis, by the way, and he'll just shut down a game if he wants to, too. I need to have an interview right now with Matt Ryan before this game's kicked off. And he'll be like, you got it.
I'm out.
And then he'll come back and fucking put him at 21.
Powerful.
That's Peter King.
Yeah.
That's
Next,
the
buddy,
kid.
hopefully Han Zeus or Dan Zeus comes out and puts the Colts at like
what are
2
you
so that
doing?
you can have him on the show and celebrate.
No offense to Dan Zeus, and we understand that Dan Zeus is the authority on power rankings during the season. If Peter King got into the power ranking every single week thing, Dan Zeus knows what he's up against.
Yeah, he does.
Christ-like figure.
He's screwed.
Bingo.
Does Dan Zeus pat himself on the back with every ranking?
I don't think so.
Well, Peter King didn't.
No.
I don't even know who
Good
Dan Zeus
call on
is.
the Bucks
What?
though with Tom Brady.
Genius.
Nailed it.
Wait, what?
Gump's a little bit upset about the Bucks call by Peter King.
He's the only one.
Where are they?
Well, they're in Tampa Bay. They're a football team.
No. Where are they in the list?
Oh, 17? No.
6.
6. Jesus.
I think Guppy's talking about his prediction from 2 years ago.
Yeah, AJ.
Only one who had it. No one else thought the Bucks would be good with Brady and Gronk.
Well, they had 7 and 9. I don't know if Gronk was on the team yet when Peter did his ranking.
It's a good point.
Hey, if you're not going to self-promote, who's going to do it for you?
I understand self-promoting, but you're fucking putting the Colts at 21 and acting like
Danzus does have his power ranking.
What if he turns out to be right?
Colts are 12.
Peter King has been around. Where?
Colts are 12 and Danzus is.
That's the authority.
There
you
it is.
go.
Lions.